What is up, everybody? We're back again. I know I've been a bit slack the last few days with putting stuff up, but I've been working hard on a lot of things, so I just haven't had the time. I've done photo stuff for somebody, and so got to edit all those as well, and left all my camera stuff, like my holders and everything, there. So now I've got to go pick those up. So at the moment, the phone's just leaning up against my screen. What else have I done? I've written a whole new song, which is what we're going to go through today. I have played around with the mix for a friend's song, done a bit of mixing and a little bit of mastering to it, which I'll continue doing after this. Yeah, so it's been busy. I've had heaps of stuff to do, plenty to do. On top of that, just living life and dealing with all the stuff that's going on at the moment. But yeah, so this song, I was talking to a friend, got inspired by another song, decided that I was going to write something kind of similar to it, and sat down that night that I was talking to my friend. I think this was last, maybe Sunday or Monday. Sat down like 10 o'clock at night, I think it was, and started trying to write stuff, and just nothing came out good anyway. Nothing good. And I was like, I was up till probably 1 a.m. just trying to record, and then realised that nothing was really working. The song just, every riff that I was writing just wasn't really gelling, and it kind of left me nowhere to go. And then just before I shut down the computer, I was like, all right, I've had enough. Put everything down, put the guitars down, and then heard a riff in my head, decided I'm just going to quickly write this down because otherwise I'm going to forget it tomorrow. And so I just quickly banged out the riff from rough as and went to bed. Woke up the next day and I had the riff in my head, which was, let's just skip ahead here, which was this. So I busted that out and then recorded the rest of it, the other guitars, the drums, all of that stuff, and stopped there. And then each part after that just kind of easily came together. I didn't have to think too much about it. I just played and it all came together, which was awesome. I love it when that happens. And so we ended up with a new song, which we'll play now. It goes like this. Sorry if all the levels are all over the place. I still haven't fully mixed it and stuff. One of the plugins is clashing with another, so it keeps bringing the volume down and going back up and down and up. There's something weird happening. I have to play around with all the plugins. that what I had written up to, and then I wasn't sure what to put next. And I was like, you know what, maybe we should do like a big, epic kind of bridge, I guess. And then obviously got to finish it with a heavy ass breakdown. So this is the bridge. And drop down into the breakdown. And done. Okay, so people have been asking, or some people have been asking, what drum kit plugin I use. I use one called the MT Power Drum Kit 2. So it is a free plugin that you can use with any DAW, digital audio workspace or something, whatever they call it. I think that's right. So whatever program you're running, you put this VST into it, it becomes a drum machine. You program all the drums, and I'll show you that soon. So it is free. You can donate to their cause, and they will send you a special registration key. You type that in. This screen here that's showing now, it won't come up anymore. So whenever you open your projects, it'll just have the drums. So for now, I have to, every time I open up a project, come in, hit the skip button so that this disappears, and then the drums start playing. Otherwise, you have no drums. It's okay. It's not a big thing, not a big deal. I haven't paid for this one yet because I got plans to buy a different VST and have had plans to buy a different VST for a while. I just haven't got around to doing it. Been wasting money on other things like 3D printers and all sorts. So I'll show you how this works. So you got your normal drum kit, snare, hats, cymbals, and your kick. So you got all of that. Now you can go into, there's a grooves section. If you can't be bothered putting everything in yourself, look for the timing that you want. So this is just a straightforward groove. So let's just try this one here. It's going to sound really fast because I got my tempo up really fast on this. So my tempo is right up in this project. I think it's 170, yeah, 175. And then you've got like, say, a 6/8. So you want a 6/8 kind of, let's go half open. And let's get some ghost snares in there. Yeah, it does sound like it's in fast mode because the tempo. But if I slow that tempo down, these will start to slow down and turn into more of a groove and stuff like that. So that is one way you can do it. You can use the grooves. The other thing you can do is in the mixer here, each instrument piece, what you can do is you can channel your kicks, snares, and all that stuff to their own separate channel, which I do if I'm getting serious into a project. So like this one here, I've separated everything. So now all I have is kick. So if I have solo on that, that's what my kick's doing through the intro part, I think. Oh no, the slow guitar part. And then I can add the snare. And all that together. So that's what I use. MT Power Drum Kit. It's pretty cool, and you can mix it quite a lot. Like if you separate everything, you can kind of mix it to make it sound a bit better. It's always going to be programmed drums. Like that's the only thing. You're never going to have them sounding as real as a proper player in a studio. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get the feel. It's going to be very machined and quantized, and super tight, so you're never going to get that sloppy kind of feel that naturally happens, like human error and stuff, like just this little slight things where you can be slightly off or slightly behind beat, or a hit is not as hard, or you're not going to get that kind of sound. But let's open up this part here. Now this is the part that I don't like the most. That's programming the drums. So now I have to go through and place everything in here under its own thing. So to have this, I had to write this out, and it doesn't start out this good to start with. Yeah, it never sounds that good when you start out making the beat. It always sounds so rubbish. And then you just tweak it and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until it fits. If you want the kick to follow the bass, the easiest way I found is kind of lay out your snares where you kind of want the beat to be on. So while you're listening to it, then have your bass play and start slowly adding your kicks as the bass is playing, and then it makes it easier. Otherwise, you can just step out a whole heap of kicks, all your snares in place, your cymbals, and then slowly start removing and sliding across and all that kind of stuff. So this is for the verses. Pretty straightforward, man. And I'm not good at drum fills. In the songs, it kind of hides that. When it's singled out like that, it's quite bad. But yeah, so there's that. One of the newest things that I did get is, I will skip to like this part of the song, and it's solo out that, is this bad boy right here. So this is the Gojira plugin. So it has all of their sound effects and stuff like that, but their tones that they normally use for their guitars. It also has a whole heap of different settings as well, like different artists. There's lots of eerie kind of stuff. There's lots of fancy guitar stuff. There's some really weird guitar stuff. But then they also have like a really good guitar, like heavy guitar tone. So this here, this is running through their plugin, and then I've just amped it through Naea's. It's like a dual cab emulator. Dual cab emulator. When it's on its own, it doesn't sound as good. So this one's running the exact same, but it's left and right. It just fills it up a lot more. And then obviously, once you put the bass and all that stuff in it, it sounds a lot more fuller. And then for this part here, this guitar here, we have the same sort of thing, but this is Tim Henson, who is from Polyphia. And I found just like a nice sounding ambient chord thing. So you hit play. And it's nice and ambient. Then if we go to this one here, using the same plugin, this is under a whole different sound. And so it puts like a almost synthesizer thing underneath it. So it kind of has a synthesizer feel to it almost. When you put it all together. But yeah, that's the bare bones of it all. The bass is really straightforward. In fact, I believe it was Gojira's plugin. They had a bass tone there, and we've just added some distortion, I think it is. Yeah, some overdrive to give it a bit more kick to it. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And that's it. And now the rest is all up to me to just mix and master it and make it sound as fresh as I can and as good as I can. And go from there before vocals get put over the top of it. Now, I was thinking, should I do it? I don't know. But what if I was to put this song out and all my vocalist friends, which I have a lot, if you have the equipment all the time to get into somewhere to be able to record it, if you would do vocals over the top of it, and then we'll pick the best out of all of them. So I'll do a version as well. And anybody who wants to have a go at it, they can have a go. They can chuck vocals, how they think it should go, whatever. Lay out a whole structure, and we'll listen to the songs and go over it, and then figure out from there, like, which one sounds better. Does it sound better with bits and pieces of every single one of them? Does it sound better the way that so-and-so has done it on his own because he's got way better melodies or whatever? Or I don't know. Should I make it a competition thing? I don't know. Just been thinking about it last night. So if you think so, hit me up. If you're keen to chuck some vocals over the top of it, hit me up. I'll send you the track. At the moment, I can only send MP3s because my stupid Cakewalk is playing up big time. I think I've overloaded it and it can't handle it. I've put in too many plugins. Yeah, so it's not bouncing down, and when it does, it puts this really weird, echoey, I don't know, it's like a glitch. It glitches, but it goes all the way through the song. It's really bad, and it's kind of hard to listen to the song when it's like that. So I can screen record it, convert it from MP4 to MP3, and I can send it that way. So if anybody wants the track, I'll send it MP3 from there. You can do with it. You can convert it to WAV and put it into your DAWs, whatever. But yeah, if anyone is keen, and also share it out so that we get some other people putting their own verses over it. We get other people who I don't know singing to it. That would be amazing. And just however you feel it should go. Like, there's no rules, no limits to this. I'm not putting any writing kind of bars on here. You just do what you feel is all yours. And at the end, we'll figure out what happens to it, and maybe we'll release it for the public under their name. I don't know. We'll see. We'll work it out. And if you're keen, let me know. Just hit me up. Otherwise, that's that. It's a bit of a long one. I'm not too sure when I'm going to shoot the next video. I've got quite a busy, hectic week coming up. We've got quite a lot on. So I'm not too sure when I'll release the next video. But I'll try and get onto one ASAP. I think we're kind of running out of good songs, to be honest. We might have to just start making stuff on the fly and see how we go, Do it that way. I do have friends that are sending me drum beats at the moment, which is cool, and I can write to that. And yeah, start putting more stuff out, but we'll see. We'll see where we go from there. Awesome. And as always, stay safe, look after yourself, love your neighbors or your friends, and safety first before teamwork. That is the main take home of this message. Until the next one, cheers.